You're watching CTOM TV. Knowledge is power. Okay, and we have a question from Dee Dee. She's wondering, what is neuroblastoma and why does it affect children more than adults? She also is wondering, how could I prevent my child from getting it? Neuroblastoma.
It's typically genetic, familial, inherited.
Okay.
Now, whether it's inherited from parent to child, I think it's probably more of a damaged egg. And basically what it is it's just immature nerve cells that never develop.
Oh.
Yeah, so they just don't quite develop and they turn, they're stuck in the proliferation stage. So there's obviously a genetic component, whether that genetic component happens in utero,
right,
or, preconception or post-conception, as probably a bunch of different variations there. I mean, we know there's inherited mutations in it that cause it. And then we also have cases that we haven't been able to find inherited mutations, meaning that there's a mechanism that has happened to that one egg that isn't necessarily familial or passed on for that matter.
But in that case, it's still about the nerve cells.
Yes, definitely about the nerve cells. Yeah, it's a disease of the nerve cells. Yeah.
Okay.
Typically, it starts in the adrenal glands above the kidneys. That's one of the most common spots. Genetic mutations that are involved in it are ALK, NRTK, ROS1, PHOX, FOX2B or 2A, I believe. And then the common one too is MYC-N, and that refers to the neuronal version of MYC. MYC is a transcription factor. And you see copy number variations in that gene a lot in this subtype.
So you may have one or combination of those mutations you just mentioned.
Exactly.
That would lead. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right. There's a lot of targeted therapies for it now because there are these common genetic mutations. I know entrectinib, which targets ALK and ROS1, I believe, has been incredibly beneficial in patients. So definitely, this is the kind of cancer you want to get genetic sequencing for. Can you prevent it? You could probably get amniocentesis and get genetic testing then.
So you couldn't actually prevent it. You would then have to abort the pregnancy.
Have to abort the pregnancy.
Got it. Okay, but otherwise, the good news is, as you say, there's some targeted therapies being developed.
Well, there is pre-implantation genetic testing.
Is there?
Yeah, I learned about that when I was in my medical genetics program. It seems like a very expensive and complicated process, but it's good for people that are against abortions because then they're not actually aborting a fetus. It's at a very early stage of the cell development, pre-fetal.
Right. So you would, if you wanted to get ahead of something like this, you would have yourself tested before you had children, or
that would probably be a good idea. Yeah,
because you would be having, I as mom would have this mutation, and dad.
Yeah. That's not going to alleviate all forms, as I mentioned. Some can just happen to the egg.
Right.
You can get a disruption of the chromosomes. Maybe they won't separate properly in one specific egg. That is how most birth defects and somatic inherited cancers occur.
Interesting. And so it affects children more because it's going to have it's a process that is kind of started in utero and continues.
Yes.
Right. So, as opposed to something that comes on through lifestyle factors later in life.
Exactly.
Got it. Right. Okay.
Thank you for watching CTOM TV. Subscribe below and stay informed.